who is IgNS? What is the story behind the organization? And like, help us understand what is it that your organization do?
Sure. I'd love that. So IgNS, which stands for Immunoglobulin National Society, is the only multidisciplinary standard-setting healthcare association that is dedicated to the practice of immune globulin.
So one of the key things that when we spoke last week, you mentioned about just the collaboration and the focus around adding the patients to that mix, right? So it's rare that you would see an organization that has, the suppliers, the physicians, manufacturers, other organizations, other patient organizations, but also bring in the patients into that conversation. And that had to be a pretty deliberate choice, is really adding them into the mix. And what really drove you to doing that and going in that direction?
Yeah, it was very deliberate. We, for years, were focusing on improving the standards of, first of all, developing the standards of practice that didn't exist at all prior to what IgNS started to do, developing certification for clinicians, nursing and pharmacy certification to measure someone's clinical expertise and skills.
This really, this situation or this, the pandemic, COVID-19 has put the overall industry in this unique space. And I'm curious, how are you navigating it? But also, how are you helping all of your other partners navigate through this and come out on the other side, even more stronger and better?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, every one of us has been affected, and it's been difficult on many levels. And obviously, we weren't prepared for anything like this. No one was. We've been receiving very conflicting guidance, even from the CDC and the World Health Organization, because their scientists and clinicians are learning all of this.
Yeah. And when you look at this is not something that is looking to be a short-term thing, right? It's like, this is probably here, and it's here to be here for a while. So how does the organizations and how do you guys move forward, to, past this? And as you look ahead, what challenges do you see that will need to have some solutions thought of for?
Well, I think number one is we need to continue to listen to our clinicians, to providers, to companies that utilize our standards, that treat patients with IG, to physicians, to nurses, pharmacists. We need to stay informed. I think information is everything. If we know what's happening, we can address it.
To listen to the full episode plus more, go to whattheplasma.life or anywhere streaming podcasts. Search for What the Plasma. While you're there, make sure to subscribe. Don't forget to join the iPlasma Life community on your favorite social media platforms.